Good afternoon. It's 18th of August 2020. My neighbour Millie Mitchell is wonderful. She's 101 and it's marvellous to see her in fine form. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading from this where I left off last night, and I was reading about the skies and zombie skies. I didn't complete it because it's rather continuous, so I'll continue with David Yates' own words and carry on till an appropriate time to stop. Contrary to what we're told, aerosolised skies crisscross every nation. Clear and present evident evidence of man's implementation. It's gone beyond proposal. Just look up. It's plain to see. It's all in plain sight. Line after obvious line, scuppering you and me. This is geo-interfering of the clandestine kind, right up there in the open, though the populace be blind. Remember, these heavy metal particulates can't normally be found in the atmosphere, so someone put them up there. Let me make this very clear. We have natural fallouts of rain, hail, snow and fog, and even mythical fallouts of cats and dogs. But nanoparticulate elements way up in the air, it's not natural weather, but weather warfare. Rainwater samples are showing the inconceivable toxic, harmful elements, just so unbelievable. Dirty skies, shittier rain, throw in some heavy metal toxicity to mess up the brain. An artificial phenomenon sprayed directly from above. An act of pure malice, not out of love. Differing pollutants, primarily chemical. Most people laugh at this, despite it being uncomical. A new aviation generation has now arrived of clean air, food and water. We're now deprived. Additives included are strontium-90, barium, aluminium, thorium plus some radioactive cesium, 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 copper, titanium, gallium, lithium, silicon, cobalt and lead, nickel, iron, dibromethylene, LENE, plus a host of insecticides. Pathogens are also sprayed. Fungi, bacterias, and viruses. I kid ye not. filaments dispersed means we've been cursed. Those doing this spraying got their knife in first. Complex polymer organisms have shown up in chemtrail. Toxic dust that doesn't rust on a massive scale. Toxic synthetic products, all man-made to spray, equals us in slay. Phthalates so feared because they interfere with our endocrine system. This deems every one of us a chemical victim. The threat to public health plus environment impact means all life as we know it has been skyjacked. They are altering the atmosphere to facilitate wireless communications. Another part of their agenda, their real motivation, they must inhibit and prevent the development of a cloud. Cloud interferes with radar, and that ain't allowed. By spreading wide chemtrails that then veil the entire sun, they mess with photosynthesis and biological damage is done. Chemical trails cause drought, leaving marks that are plain to see. Etch a sketching every nation on their poisoning spree, devastating our environment, increasing threatening diseases. Particulates up the nose for all as life succumbs in wheezes. All life and health are economically sacrificed. All our lifelines are now permanently sliced. In order to manipulate climate, various substances are used. Hygroscopic substances absorb moisture as the sky becomes abused. They're drying out our clouds. I most certainly ain't amused. They lay and spray these substances to initiate condensation formation. Impurities called condensation nuclei are fake weather detonation. Artificial rainfall is tampering at its worst. A trickle here, a trickle there, means real weather's cursed. Many nefarious uses include three-dimensional effects, even mind control, I kid ye not, to dumb all intellect. They modify the atmosphere to control their climate change. It's weather warfare without a care, yet no one finds this strange. Domination of every nation, control of economies and resources, demoralize the enemy without human intercourse, prolonged droughts, heavy rains, fires galore, fed by chemtrail stains. Agent Orange was spewed far and wide across Vietnam's nation. military constructive destruction via deforestation. This so-called geoengineering is one supermassive cake. All greedy bastards demand their slice as it continues to bake. Their climate change excuse is our carbon dioxide con. New taxes being introduced, one by FAKING1. Geo-interfering is a versatile device, a multi-purpose killing machine, and we are paying its price. The consequences are impressive. Air, water, food, and soil are contaminated thoroughly, like frogs, will slowly boil. Stress is placed on every life, tilt balances out of favour. Their problem needs our reaction. Their solution? They become our saviour. Everything is compromised. New bacteria reign supreme. New pathogens pose as condensate. What a devilish scheme. Barium alone causes muscle fatigue. This leads to damaged hearts, yet few are intrigued. Aluminium is highly toxic, a nervous system killer, a blood-brain barrier breacher, and pineal gland filler. Aluminium, dementia equals dementia. Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, Rhizobacterium so beneficial as succumb to this shitstorm. This microorganism transfers nutrients from the soil into the roots, but once everything becomes alkaline, nothing will bear fruits. The mortality is emblematic. Pollinators of once depend. They've gone as far as they can go. Their cycle at its end. Neurotoxic metals have destroyed their habitat. Almost it's nearly over. Our demise is beyond combat. Rapid bee extinction is here. It cannot be high-five. Predictions foretold this coming. It's now F's at King, well arrived. They're contaminating crops using aeruginosa and E. coli. Pseudomonas pus. Without a word of a lie, if you're immunocompromised, Pseudomonas will affect. I'll get you good, course your blood, leaving you totally wrecked. Geo-interfering knows no bounds, it's out of control. From the humus to the troposphere, life's being stealthily stole. Thorium isn't coming, it has arrived, it's here. It comes only from dispersions left up in the stratosphere. Our neurobiological systems are now fully compromised by the very elements of detriment that most scientists prize. Plants suffer bombardments and are ripe for parasites. In this constructive destruction, science reliant defiance thus delights. And in the middle of this you can hear them up there now doing something. The planes, I mean, you can just see some blue and there are some clouds, but I wonder how long they'll last while those aircraft are up there, whatever they're doing. Exercises like this in this book. Sorry, I'll continue. Alzheimer's disease has doubled. Dementia is off the charts. Aerosolised injections, infections from flying poison darts make the connection. These two diseases ain't age restricted, affecting old and young alike. At any stage, this turn of page is poised to strike. Morning fogs contain no moisture, evident evidence of genocide. Balanced chemical fallouts of sulfur dioxides. Sulfur dioxide creates atmospheric mist, thus doing the job it oughta by weather modifying every single drop of water. Geo-interference consequences on everything runs deep. Neurodegenerative diseases have taken a massive leap. Strokes and tumours, plus oxidative stress. All life is now succumbing. Geo-interference mess. No one wants to talk about what the media suppress. Aluminium, barium, iron, strontium and manganese all accumulate in every brain. The pineal gland cannot expand. Why can't people understand? Alzheimer's and dementias are epidemically high. Appalling neurodegenerative diseases are our surefire fire crucified. Geo-interfering I describe as fumigation. Gassed as if we are lab rats is our slow kill medication. Agriculture is in decline, crops struggling to grow, whilst greenhouse crops are thriving. This wind of change doth blow. Everything's out in the open. Our open air is screwed. All life forms are under threat. From this chemical boil they brood. From these injections, infections, there'll be no antibiotic. Man against this scheme's machine begging order from chaotic. Pollutants are in cosmetics, in our foodstuffs and our fuel, in cleaning products and medicines. These poisons are perpetual. Immune systems disturbed, stress plus poor diets. We're all feeling that something's wrong, yet none of us riot. We quite willingly go along, unquestioning this fate. We know it can't end well for us, yet we lack that modified plate. Once electromagnetic pollutants are added to the mix, a myriad of problems start playing their tricks, such as itching, irritations, allergies, sleep disorders, anxieties, headaches, migraines, depression syndromes, cramps, muscular pains, arrhythmias, blood pressure disturbances, stroke, strokes, melatonin synthesis reduction, abnormal white blood cell counts, spontaneous abortions, poisonous concentrations filling us up to our max. I am simply telling how it is through truthful, provable facts. They're poisoning the entire biosphere, blanketing our sky. We mere mortals can't fight a war waged miles too high. We just can't. Nanoparticulates attach themselves to pollen. Pollen then gets the blame. The wheezes that we breathe become laboriously lame. Disinformation from the media is no information at all. Uncomfortable truths must be exposed. They are our wake-up call. Mainstream media has a narrative, narrated far and wide. Fake news is now their new abuse, as they cover up this snide. Governed media keeps populace under its thumb. Nothing to see here keeps most of us dumb. They divert our attentions away from the proof. It's now left to the few to expose every truth. I'm not distracted. I am on the proverbial ball. My author's back is against the wall. I, David Yates, I am writing this book as your wake-up call. I'll stop there and then continue with a next one.